They say that a picture is worth 1,000 words, but our greatest and most ancient symbols are worth far more than that. They transcend time and cultures, symbols that have seen the rise and fall of entire civilizations without even blinking an eye. There are many such examples like the equal arm cross, or the swastika, the fish, the mysterious handbags, and of course the all-seeing eye. But researcher and explorer Graham Langdon is shedding light in his book on one lesser realized but equally ubiquitous symbol found all throughout the old world, and that's exactly what we're going to be discussing today. I'm Cody, and today we're investigating the mystery of the naval idols. In his book, The Mystery of the Naval Idols, Graham brings to our attention a symbol that is no doubt meant to depict the same meaning all over the world. As the name suggests about the symbol, it's an idol with hands placed on the stomach, pointed roughly towards their belly button. Graham has also connected this symbol with metallurgy and the use of copper, but to hear more about that, you'll need to read it from his book, because today we're just focusing on the naval idol and what that symbology meant to people who were meticulously carving it into stone all around the world. And I do mean all around the world, because very few cultures haven't left us an example for us to point to. So let's take a look at these stones and what they might have been trying to tell us. In today's day and age, food is in surplus. Nobody in the world should be starving, but that's a conversation for a different day. The reality is there's more food on this planet than we as a species even know what to do with. And that's all thanks to our mastery of food production and distribution. It's so ingrained and expected in our reality that it's hard to consider what it might be like if there were no grocery stores, or no farmers markets, or no farmers at all. We're only ever about 3 missed meals away from undoing thousands of years of progress and resorting right back to hunting and gathering. So to say the mastery of agriculture was a big deal is maybe the understatement of the millennia. It entirely changed how we lived and functioned as a species, and for communities that cracked the code, they would have been very proud to announce it. And that's exactly what we start seeing with the first appearance of the naval idols in the region of modern-day Turkey. From its first appearance in Turkey dated back to the last ice age, this symbol begins to spread and move throughout the world. Curiously, as Graham points out, wherever agriculture appears, the naval idol appears alongside it, and this correlation is far from a coincidence. When you stop and consider what it might be trying to tell us, it's fairly apparent the naval idol was an announcement, and equally a symbol of status. If you were a nomad of the old world, to come across a civilization boasting this symbol would have been an overwhelmingly awe-inspiring moment. If you could stop living meal to meal and rely on a community all of a sudden to sustain itself, who wouldn't be enamored? Encountering a megalithic naval idol would have been like meeting someone with an electronic house when you've been living in a cave. The symbol implied safety and security, and the ability to no longer wonder if and when you were going to eat next, but know you would be able to count on your next meal. And I would think that's definitely a symbol worth committing to stone. The question emerges though, why use this symbology to depict agriculture and not something more straightforward like a grain plant or any other number of specifically agriculture related symbols that could have been chosen? Well, a picture's not worth 1,000 words if you can summarize it in just one. A truly enduring motif will transcend one simple meaning, and that's exactly why this symbology was chosen. Let's think about it like this. When you're hungry, what tells you that? And as you grow more hungry, do you not feel pain near your navel? If you were starving to death, that would be the last place you were feeling pain. And on the reverse side of things, when you've gotten to eat a big, full meal you enjoy, you feel contentment and satisfaction coming from your gut. It dictates your whole mood as well as your thought process. So to the old world, life centered around your stomach being full or not quite a bit. It probably literally seemed to them that that was the epicenter of life. But the symbology goes a lot deeper than just food. Another curious correlation exists for women as they grow life in this exact location. Not only is the midsection where the baby's growing, but when the baby enters the world, it's connected by the navel through the umbilical cord. Life literally begins for the newborn when that gets cut. The implication would have been very clear to our ancestors. The stomach, and the navel area in particular, was not only the center of the human body, but the center of life itself. Life began there, and life could end there. And I would say that's a far more potent motif than a simple grain of wheat. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would love to know what you think about the symbolism behind this motif and whether or not you agree with Graham's conclusions. I, for one, came to the same symbolic analysis as he did while researching this video, but maybe there's something we missed, and I would love to know your thoughts on that down below. And while you're down there, make sure you check out the description because I'm going to link to Graham's book. It's way more in-depth than this video could possibly hope to be, and not only does he explain more of the rich symbolism behind the motif, he also connects it to early metallurgy and the copper industry and how that kind of spread around the world with agriculture. So the book is well worth checking out because his research is second to none on this topic, and I think a lot of people are overlooking some very important connections he's made. So again, the link for that's down in the description below, as well as the link for his X and for his YouTube, so you can keep up with him wherever he goes and whatever he does next. Make sure you drop by and let him know that Cody says hi. But until next time, my friends, be indomitable in your quest for knowledge. Don't ever settle for less. But above all, stay curious, my friends.